you?
I don't think it was a BMW. I thought it was a Lambo. It had the doors open. I thought it was really cool. And it got my it got my attention. Ooh.
Hello everybody and welcome to the BMW i8 Roadster. I can't remember the last time I felt this compelled to just keep on driving a car. I've only had this thing for 4 days, but I've already put more than 800 kilometers on the clock. But something about the i8 just works so well in all kinds of different scenarios. We've got the electric motor at the front, we've got a petrol engine at the back, we've got sports car performance and supercar looks. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're going for a coffee or filling it up with petrol, everything you do becomes a sense of occasion with the i8 because people come up and talk to you, they engage with the car and ask questions about it. I think cars like this need to be shared, they need to be experienced and celebrated because they have this wonderful ability just to make people's day. We do have a full review video coming out very, very soon where we're testing and living with the i8 Roadster, showing it to friends, putting people in the car, testing all of its features and driving it on a long road trip to really get a good sense of this car as a character. But this morning, it's currently quite early on a Monday morning, on a beautiful sunny day. I'm going to go pick up my brother and we're going to go out for a coffee. I haven't told him that I've got the i8, so I'm going to surprise him with the car and I'm also going to let him do the driving. Right now I'm in E mode, which is the car's all-electric driving mode. This is a pure EV, but I think because it's so sunny, I'm going to put the roof down. I'm going to turn the petrol engine on. I'm going to enjoy this thing just one last time. Yes, good morning.
Uber?
No, I'm not your Uber. Definitely not. You ready for it? Ready? Hey.
The doors!
They go up.
Oh.
I love a supercar door, even if it's really hard to get in and out of.
You know,
What do you think?
it's a German Lamborghini, isn't it?
It is. The number of people who have mistaken this thing for a Lamborghini or Ferrari is a little bit crazy. And you have to talk it down and say, no, it's just a BMW. The back,
Wow.
let's not look at the back. The back is just ugly.
You just have kids pointing at you everywhere you go.
Oh, children love this thing. And I get it because I would have done the same. Yeah, I am a child. Every time I would have seen a car like this as a kid, it would have made my day and I would have told everyone about it.
However, there is some kind of grille in the double kidney.
Oh, is it really? I didn't notice this. Because it does... I thought that the front would have a boot.
What's under there?
Well, it's just kind of fans and electrics. I actually have not figured out how to open the front end of it. But there's no storage space in there at all.
No.
So
That was the whole point of hybrids and everything.
cooling.
To have more storage, double boots.
No, this has got less storage because of the way they've done it. Because it's part petrol, part electric. So they've got an electric motor at the front. That's what's taken up all this space.
Yeah.
I don't know how many kilowatt hours. I'll put that in the information in the video.
No one's really bothered, let's be honest.
No, they don't really care. But it does 55 kilometers of range just based on pure electric.
So it does 30 kilometers of range on pure electric.
With my driving.
Yep.
The back has got a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine. And they combine to give you a 4-wheel drive sports car.
Is it a 3-cylinder?
3-cylinder.
It's got a little motorbike engine in the back.
It's a revvy little poppy engine. But the combined, it kind of feels a bit more like a naturally aspirated V6. That's the strange thing. You don't notice that it's 3 cylinders and underpowered.
Right, doesn't sound like it's a little hatchback?
A little hatchbacky, but what they've done is you'll notice it. You'll notice they pipe noise into the cabin for you. So they make it sound a bit better than it really is.
What do you want to do?
I was thinking,
Yeah.
I've spent enough time driving this thing.
Mm.
You want to drive?
Am I allowed to?
I won't tell anyone.
Other than the camera.
We'll ignore that.
Yep. okay, how do I get into this thing without headbutting myself? That's the problem.
You know, well,
The
here's the...
glass is going to take my eye out.
Well, this is the problem with it, because
Holy hell.
it's really difficult. Try again. I'll let you do it.
I think you just have to do it with commitment, don't you? And then foot comes up and slide down.
It's the way you're meant to do it. I figured out. The problem is that the hinge is on the window, which is quite unusual. Whereas something on like a McLaren, they have the hinge at the front and it folds up and out.
And it's such a raked window as well.
They've got this folding up, so you have to get underneath the glass and the door at the same time. The way I figured out to, you hold onto the door, put your foot in, take a seat. As you come down,
You have to swing it. Or you
pull
just
it
have
in.
long arms, let's be honest, which is fine.
that will also do it.
Do you think me, with my tortoiseshell driving glasses, do you think I'm the right fit for this thing?
Hell no.
No.
You've come prepared. Let's do it.
I'm just electric at the moment, aren't I?
So you're in what's called comfort mode.
Which is really the mode that I like to be in, let's be honest.
This is the James Davies mode. So what's happening here? The petrol mode is not currently being used at low speeds. This is the electric motor doing most of the driving for you, and it will blend into the petrol motor once you get up to a certain speed or a certain amount of revs. If you accelerate, it will then turn on the petrol motor and start to drive for you.
If I go beans,
You've
I've got
accelerated
engine.
now, you've got an engine.
Yeah, right. That didn't feel that quick.
No, it's...
I mean, I didn't give it full beans, I'm only in a 60 zone.
Well,
But there wasn't that much drama there, was there?
I don't know how much you know about the car, but I'll ask.
Okay.
What do you think, based on how it looks, what do you think this will do 0 to 60 at?
3 point something.
It
And I would
looks-
assume low threes,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
When you look at the price, because this is a $350,000 car, you'd
Oh, it should
expect
do.
this to be a 3.2 second car. It does 4.6 seconds to 100k, which is, it's not slow.
Yeah, but there's hatchbacks that'll do that.
Yeah, you can get an A45 that does that. And that's the only real letdown I've found so far about the car.
Oh, it is a thrummy little petrol engine though, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good though. It's 3 cylinders.
Now, you know that one of my favourite cars is my partner's Fiesta with the 3-cylinder 5-speed manual. It's an engine you can just absolutely use 100% of.
It's a thrummy friend. You can just
thrummy
enjoy
engine.
it. There is a quality of this that's the same, and that you can still rev it. But if you listen carefully, you notice how there's a bit of a hiss of the electric motor and the whir of the turbo and the thrum of the engine all kind of blending
Kind of
together.
happening at the same time, isn't it?
It's
Do you know
like a little symphony of BMW.
So, there's an electric motor and a petrol motor.
Yep.
What's driving what?
All wheels are driven.
Yes.
The electric motor only drives the front wheels. The petrol motor only drives the rear wheels.
Right.
So right now you're in a front-wheel drive city car.
Front-wheel
Little
drive
city
BMW.
car. And you've got 55 kilometers of all-electric range.
Okay.
Which is not a huge amount of range, but it actually works really, really nicely.
But I have to charge it to get that 55 or whatever of range, don't I?
To
It's
get-
not something that this isn't a FEV
No,
or a self-charging hybrid is...
It will charge for you.
Oh, okay.
This is why the 55 kilometers of range doesn't feel like a limitation. Like if you had a normal car with 55 k's of range, it's, I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck in this small radius. It works in this because you can just drive to work on nothing but electricity, drive home on electricity, plug it in and charge, and you could do that forever and never fill up. But the petrol engine will also charge the battery whilst you drive, and it will regen as well. So even if the battery gets down to 1 or 2 kilometers, it will kick in the petrol engine, and that will slowly charge the battery. So the battery doesn't feel like a limit; it actually feels like an accessory.
Right.
It feels like you have this free amount of range because of the way the car restores energy. And you know how most cars have a little system in it now to show you how economically you're driving, and it will say you are driving with 3 leaves, or you've got 5 stars of economy. I always try and get it as low as possible. Like I try and make the car say I'm a 1-star driver.
See, I want to be 5-star.
I think it's a bit of a status symbol for me to say the car thinks I'm really
useless
bad at driving. I've been trying to build up the battery as much as I can when I drive in this. I've been driving in a way that boosts that up to 30, so I've been lifting off earlier, I've been coasting, because the game is to fill the battery.
It is a remarkably easy car to drive in. You know, sometimes you get in a low-slung car like this and it just... you feel really hyper alert about what's happening around you and you can't settle into it. This is like driving anything else, isn't it?
It really is. So there are 3 different driving modes. We'll go through each of them. You're currently in Comfort, which is the normal one. That kind of blends the electric and the petrol together.
Yes.
If you press a button there that says eDrive, that's now using maximum electric driving capacity.
Right.
So your pure electric motor, it will not engage the petrol engine. And it's one of the slowest all-electric cars I've ever driven. Have a little try when you get some space.
No. Well, there's a vantage. It's what I really want to be in.
Right, so
Beans?
give it some bean.
What?
What do you think?
There wasn't many beans.
Not many.
What would possess you to get in your German Lamborghini and say, do you know what, I'll just drive it like a hatchback?
I think it's just for the
Strange.
experience of not having to fill up. Like if you live a certain amount from work and you just want to drive back and forth, plug it in at home, plug it in at the office, you press eDrive and you can go to work for free.
Which, you know, when you've spent $350,000,
$350,000.
it's nice to save a little bit here and
It
there.
is a little bit. I mean, you can spend more money on other things. So sport mode, you push the gear lever to the left, like this.
Oh, suddenly you can feel that engine, that petrol engine's really taking over.
So it will engage the petrol engine all the time.
Yeah, right.
So you're no longer at low speeds blending from electric to petrol. You are always petrol.
Oh, now it's stayed on as we stop.
It stayed
Oh,
on.
it's like you can feel a bit of a rumble.
It's got a good 3-cylinder hearty rumble. But what's really interesting about the car in sport mode is that it still blends the electric engine in. So you get the instant torque and the instant pull and acceleration of an electric motor.
You do too.
But you can still rev it like a small engine, which is a great little combination.
Yeah, right. How do I put down the little window at the back so I can...
Do you want to just put the roof down?
We may as well.
You can do it whilst driving.
Oh,
it's cold.
It's cold!
Oh, look happy. People are looking at you.
Ooh, I don't mind a convertible on a crisp winter day, though, to be honest.
A couple of heated
Let's turn
seats
the
on.
heated seat up a little bit more than
Yeah.
that. See, this is quite weird because you've gone and put it in that sport mode, which to my mind I would have thought just completely defeated the purpose of the entire car. I quite like driving it in sport mode.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about this car. Here's my theory on it. You've got 4 different cars in one package. Do you think this car would be better if it just stuck to one of those strategies? So if this was a pure electric drivetrain, like a Tesla, ludicrous acceleration, it would go a lot faster, you get 600 k's of range. Or if this had the drivetrain of a BMW M5, so a proper M car, low slung, really fast car, do you think an all option would be better? But do you think this would be better if it stuck to one strategy? Or do you think it's better because it's all 4 at once?
Do you know what happened to me there as I saw the light change?
What?
I just wanted to punch it, which is why I shut you up. If it's going to look like this, just be a hypercar, isn't it?
I thought the same. I really thought initially, it would be better if it was all electric, or it'd be amazing if it was an M5 or the new M8. If the new M8 looked like this,
the BMW Mate
would have looked awesome.
Which is German way for saying, this car is my friend.
I really, really like that it can be all of those things, because it can be whatever car you want it to be. Whenever you want it to be. It can be docile and quiet when you want it to, and you can get that electric punch whenever you want it to as well. If this did 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, it's an all-rounder. The letdown is that it's a little bit slow, but I really love the philosophy of being able to do whatever you want it to do.
Yeah.
So where are we going for coffee?
Mr. and Miss.
Let me try something. Looking to go to a cafe called Mr. and Miss, please. Can you help us with directions?
Mr. and Miss. Okay, here, let me send the coordinates to you and give it a few seconds. It should appear on the screen. Thank you, and thank you also for using BMW Connected Drive. You have a great day, okay?
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Was he making popcorn? The whole time.
Did he say his name was Jeeves or James?
Siri was definitely his name.
Siri was definitely his name. That's both amazing and the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I've been calling it so much to ask stupid.
If the iDrive was easy, you wouldn't need that.
The fact that you have to give somebody a call to ask them to put
program
something
your
into the
iDrive.
navigation.
So if I was out shopping for this, let's go back to that example. If I'm out shopping for an i8, what else is on my list? If I want a performance convertible,
I don't think you're going to compare this side by side with a Model S P100D, one of the performance ones.
No.
But those are crazy fast, but it's a very different category of car. You're more looking at McLaren 570, or really 540 at this money. And all of them are a lot faster. Right, coffee. We'll park out the front next to the Juliet.
not easy. What door down, isn't it? Let's ring on this.
It's a very beautiful car.
Oh, thank you.
Berserk, isn't it? It's a really strange car to get out of.
It's what is it?
It's a BMW i8.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
But you wouldn't think it's a BMW, would you?
I don't think it was a BMW. I thought it was a Lambo. I don't know. I couldn't tell from the side. But if I saw it in the front, I could see the BMW. But yeah, it's very beautiful. We were looking at it. My co-workers.
Were you?
When you pulled up, when you the doors.
Yeah.
How the doors open. I thought it was
Catches a lot
really
of
cool.
attention, that
And it got my it got my attention. Ooh.
I don't mind the Alpha though.
I think I'd have the Alpha almost. That's not a QV. I thought that was a QV.
The Alpha.
If that were a QV,
Look at that man
though.
skiing.
The man with the ski poles, he loves the i8 Roadster. Oh, he's coming inside, stop laughing. Nope, look at the paper. Yep.
Lovely.
Man, you can't do that. You can't do that. This is why BMW drivers have the image that they have, because they go around laughing at people who use walking assistants. In all seriousness though,
Look at this.
look. Is it a Lamborghini? I think it's a Lamborghini. Is it a Huracan?
No, this is definitely the i8
Oh,
with the
no.
hybrid system.
Yeah, tell you what though, I'd have the Alpha Romeo. Call me up in this. Oh, they're coming inside as well.
So, are you enjoying driving? What's your feeling on driving the thing?
It's fun because it's so different,
Yeah.
and it's unlike anything you've ever driven before. It's unlike any convertible coupe hybrid. It is completely blows all of your expectations.
Yeah.
But I wonder whether the novelty factor would wear off on that. I wonder whether you'd say, do you know what? I really would just rather a DBS Volante. Because if I want that noise, I want all
of
that
the noise.
And if I want a proper electric car, I want something.
Thank you so much.
The white one or the blue one? Which one is which?
We're the white one.
Ah, gorgeous.
I like the blue one though.
Yeah, the blue one's really quite nice. So what I'm finding is it has this magic to it where it makes anything you do more of an occasion in event. You could go for coffee, you could go fill up with petrol. All of it has felt special in the i8. Everything that I've done has felt unique and special. We could have parked here in a normal car and no one would be talking about the car. Everyone in this cafe has come up and pointed to the car and spoken about it, which is unique. And I think that needs to be celebrated.
I think so. I think that's something special.
The only car in its category that does make people's day.
Wait for the next one.
Well, more people skiing. What is this?
They're coming in here. We need to leave, eh? We need to leave.
Oh, nice cup holder.
You want to see the boot? Boot's full.
It's fit. I'm driving.
Yeah?
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, I'm back in my happy spot now.
You really like this car, don't you? You didn't want to like this car. I think going into it, you were prepared to give this car some tough criticism, but you really like this car.
I was prepared to say that it would be better if BMW just built one of the four cars. But I adore that this can be whatever car I want it to be, whenever I want it to be. Back in your driveway, you got a busy day, do you?
I do.
Very busy.
It's a good way to start the week.
It's a good way to start the week. Alright,
Good morning.
good morning.
Oh, I'm going to get out of the thing now. Hang on, I need my coffee.
Ooh,
It's very practical.
there we
you know.
go. Make sure you hit subscribe, like the video and all sorts, and thank you so much for watching.